Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 146 of the Holding Court podcast. Today, I'll ask Justin about his viral reaction to an event in Chicago this past weekend. We'll chat about a milestone that you don't typically celebrate, and I'll share how one of my dreams recently came true. All coming up right now on Holding Court.
Bum 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 bum.
A little rusty getting off the ground there. First time in a while. We're back.
You don't even let me get in my chair before you put me in the room. What's that all about? Jeez. Let the audio tech get situated.
I'm a little more concerned of the outlet on the wall behind you, but it's fine.
Well, if, not everyone's spouse buys them a fancy background for their podcast, Some people are a little more considerate than others.
I like it. It's beautiful. It looks good. Right away, I have to ask you about everyone. You keep having these moments. And I think last time you were on here, we talked about the rubber nuts. You went viral again. It's been that long. It's been a while. You went viral again. You were part of a little troop of guys in the dugout during the Chicago Air and Water Show, which is a huge deal. In the city of Chicago. It's always, I feel like I think the first time I went was in middle school, and it's always that right before back to school time, kind of like, I don't want to say it, like winding down of summer, but a huge deal, incredible talent on display right along the lake. And
not just along the lake,
all the way to Wrigley Field. So I will share from our house. So the show is typically Saturday, Sunday, but they run a practice on Friday about the same time of the show. The show's 10:30 to 3. So right away, I knew they were practicing. They went right over the house. I opened the slider, look out, and I didn't even need to go to the lakeshore. I got the full show right there, but it shook the house. Like, it's so loud, breaks the sound barrier, even when you're not at the show. Bo did not like it. I think it was more our reaction to it.
right?
And the scream, oh my gosh, and running outside and trying to capture it and see it. He was a little startled by it, but you had an experience on Saturday in the dugout, and you need to share what that was like at Wrigley.
It was Friday, actually, because Friday was the practice day, I think. But yeah.
It was during practice? I thought it was during the actual show.
No, it was Friday because I was in the game and I had just come off the field.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it was Friday.
I had just come off the field, and obviously we know that there's planes flying all over the place, right? But at this point of the game and of their practice, they hadn't flown like that close to the field. We could see them out in the outfield. We can hear them going by, whatever. But we just finished, I got the third out. I'm running off the field. I come in the dugout, and I'm actually going to get like a water bottle out of the I think a Gatorade cooler or whatever in the dugout.
Yeah.
And this, I think it was a F-16, goes Mach 1.
Did you learn these terms from Top Gun?
Probably broke the sound barrier. It was so loud. It felt like he flew like 10 feet above the Jumbotron in left field.
Yeah.
It was so loud. It scared the living crap out of me, almost literally. Like, I had to check to make sure. Like, dude wipes, you need to send some wipes, right? This is like my Kike story. No, it was so loud. Like, I've never heard anything that loud. And the thing with the jets is, like, especially when they're flying that fast and that low,
Yeah.
is when they're coming at you, you don't hear them. You don't hear them until they get past you. So it's not like
when you hear them,
can
it's
hear
too
them
late.
coming, right?
Yeah.
Like it's already past you, and then the loud. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But they had the camera on in the dugout like usual these marquee cameras just really like catching me in the dugout.
They find you. You can't hide from them.
The guy like turned around and like looked up and was like, "Oh my God." Or I don't know what I said, but yeah, there were some good reactions in the dugout. There was a few non-reactions too.
I was more concerned about the non-reactions. I'm not going to lie. It was funny. I think it was...
We got a special guest. I'm going to go grab Rigby and bring him in here real quick.
Yeah, he has FOMO. I think it was Matt Shaw cuddled, like gave a big squeeze to, I don't know who it was. Was it Hap? Tucker? It was Hap. But I'm looking around and there were a few guys that didn't react. And I know, obviously, if you've been here for a couple of years, you kind of know what to expect, but I don't know. I was a little more concerned that these guys weren't reacting. It's a little, I don't know. I was growing up, like, and still to this day, I'm like terrified of really loud noises. And it gets me, no matter if you know what's happening. And
well, I think one of the guys that didn't react was Brazier, but he was like pretty upset and pissed because he was pitching and I think he gave up a run or something. So he was so mad that he didn't even flinch, which is still crazy.
It's like, crazy the game was going on. You had a game. Was this in Arizona where you were coming up to the plate and there was this like chainsaw sound that just completely thrashed the whole stadium and you jumped.
I think it like accidentally played on the speakers.
Some grunge. I don't even know what it was. I think you ended up hitting a double somehow. I would have.
But in that moment,
shit myself.
Freaked out and like called time.
Yeah. But it's crazy that this whole thing happens while the game's going on. You could be in the middle of an at-bat. There could be a pitch being thrown. And it's just, you work around it. Play it as it lies.
Listen, I think when stuff like that happens, these jump scare moments, it's either fight or flight. And it was pretty obvious I was flying the hell out of there.
You weren't sticking around.
I wasn't going to stand a chance against those planes. So
yeah,
I was like, no.
Everyone needs furniture. Not everyone needs it forever. Kourt offers furniture rental services that meet you where you're at and give you what you need when you need it. Whether you've got a new job or moving to a new city or across town, or just need furniture that adapts to you and fast, Kourt offers you flexibility, quality, and convenience no matter where life takes you. Simply select one of Kourt's move-in ready packages, give them a few details about your space, and their experts will do the rest. Kourt has a large inventory of high quality and stylish furniture that allow you to feel at home quickly and on your terms. And if you want help, Kourt's expert delivery team is ready to make your move as easy as possible. For furniture that fits your needs, choose Kourt Furniture Rental. It was funny.
I thought it was over. I was like, oh.
I know. And we didn't even go to a game this weekend because I could not subject Post's delicate ears to that. I think he's
he does
already
well.
been in enough
he
games.
does well with noise and
that
crowds,
is like,
that was like a whole nother level.
Yeah, that's next level. I know. I don't know how people were like just at the game and not. There was actually this TikTok that I saw of a girl that didn't know the show was happening and she was just like filming the game and she like jumps, I don't know, it could have been fake because it's TikTok. Right. She fully like jumps under her seat and was like fully thought we were under attack in that moment.
If it was the flyby,
yeah,
got me. I believe it. I believe her.
No, for sure.
It was so loud. Never heard anything that loud.
For sure. Well, a lot has happened since we talked.
So much.
I don't even know where to begin, but I will start by saying that I messed up and completely botched your reaching 15 years of MLB service time.
Yeah.
I didn't botch it.
I didn't know either though.
So you hit 10 years, the COVID season. I think it was like September. That year was really funky though. And so when you reached it, I did not know that they were giving everyone a full, maybe I did know, but I didn't connect the two. They were giving everyone a full year of service time if they were up the whole year. Is that how it was?
Yeah, during COVID, because we only played 60 games, which
Yeah.
essentially is like a third of the season, right? So basically every game during COVID we played, I think counted as... What's going on over there?
You're like a little low on volume. I'm going to crank you.
Oh, crank me. Yeah. There we go. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're back.
I've been cranked.
I cranked you. Now I got to talk louder to match you because now you're a little more cranked. Christmas with the cranks. Okay, go.
Yeah, so anyways, every one game we played essentially counted as 3 games. So every guy could get their full year of service. So, yeah.
Oh, so if you were only up like half a year.
So if you played 30 games, you'd get...
triple the credit.
Well, not 90. You'd get half a season.
Yeah,
about 90 games, yeah.
Okay, so I guess they added that on the tail end, and then, I don't know, I carry the one. Something happened along the way, and you actually reached it like 2 weeks ago.
Well, that's not the only thing that happened, though, is because we opened the season in Japan.
Started the clock early.
It started the clock early, and there was 10 days in between Japan and opening day, which they counted as service time for us. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the year, technically guys that have a full year are going to have 190 days, but they're going to go back and take those extra 10 days off. So it's just a regular full year. But I think because of the guys that traveled to Japan to put on a showcase for MLB, like part of their concession was we'll give everyone those 10 days. And so if you're an up and down guy or whatever, you'll automatically keep those 10 days. So if you only have 20 days of service total, you'll actually get 30 because...
So it'll max out at the max, but if you didn't max out, that'll help you with a little extra boost.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So that also threw a wrench in there because those extra 10 days are added on to my service time that weren't real. So I didn't know either. Someone, you know who was it? Jack, I think, from the Mariners, our travel secretary, texted me that morning and was like, congrats. And I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like,
I know.
What?
And I don't mess that stuff up, but I think when I looked at I think it's your baseball reference page has it, and they always list it like right before the season starts, how many you have. And I want to say it said you had, 14 years and 40 games or something like that. So I'm thinking you're hitting it exactly when you hit it COVID season, like September 7th or whatever it was. So it wasn't on my radar for quite a while, but so I didn't get to do my normal fanfare for you, but
it's all right.
Still insane.
We'll save it for 20, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. I don't know. Any reflections on it? I think I don't know how many, I think I looked it up, how many guys have reached 15 years. It's not that many. Spoiler alert.
No.
I feel like 10 right now. It's a lot of your teammates are hitting 10. I know Corey Seager, Maddie just did a thing for his. I know CT just hit it, I think this week too.
Right.
But 15, baby.
Yeah. We had a few guys last year hit 10 too. Gosman, Springer.
Yeah.
Bassett maybe. There's one other one that hit 10 last year. No, it's pretty cool. I think to think about it, parts of 17 years, 15 years of service as a senior sign out of college is kind of crazy. I think, most guys that play, over 10 years, 15 years, a lot of those guys are high school signees and they get an earlier start. But
not you, baby.
Not me. Yeah. It's pretty cool. I think thinking back to how many different guys I've played with and how many different coaches and trainers and people I've, been around the list is wildly long. And every organization, every team we go on and play, it seems like there's a coach in the other dugout that I played with, which is getting crazy. And, some of these kids that are coming up that are teammates of mine now, and I'm quoting some classic movies that you would think everyone would know exactly what the heck I was talking about, and have no idea. I've never seen some of these movies, so that's the fun part.
The best is when they say, "My dad says hello. You used to play with him, or he was your coach, or something like that." Yeah. We're closer to the dad's age now.
Yeah, well, the other day, the Cubs social media did this thing where all the guys walked in and they said, "What year?"
Oh boy, I saw that.
What birth year is considered old? And a couple guys said, "Well, what year was JT born?" So I know who they are.
We know how to find them.
Don't forget.
They did that in, I want to say, NHL, which I feel like NHL guys they're all young. Somehow even they're toddlers compared to baseball somehow. And everyone said, "I think anyone born in the 90s or da-da-da." I'm like,
right.
Okay, kids.
Right.
I know it is funny. The Jumbotron on the road will say like 2002, 2003. Right. Like, it's fine. Yep.
Anyways, no, but it's cool. 15.
It's cool.
15's cool.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I think went by really fast. Like this season is going by really fast. I can't believe it somehow.
I think every year it goes faster and faster, actually.
And now having a kid, everyone says it goes by fast, and I have whiplash from this past year with Bo.
Right.
It's insane. So I don't know. Speaking of milestones, you learned of an interesting one. I believe you hit it right around the time
Friday. I hit it right before this flyover that scared the crap out of me. I wish I could say it happened before, and that's the reason I hit this milestone. But it was Actually, you didn't plan the flyover for this milestone.
Well, because I missed 15, I thought I have to make sure I get this one. So you reached. I guess you can. Do you want to share how you even knew that you were? This is not one that I had on my mind. I had 15 on my mind, but I do think it's kind of cool. I will say.
So
not cool, but like worth noting. The timing.
I went in St. Louis and played golf, and I'm not going to say who I went and played. I went and played with one of our guys, and we played with one of the clubhouse guys from the visiting side in St. Louis, and he just brought a buddy out. So we basically played 2v2. And the guys were great. It was fun. We had a good time. And we get on the 18th hole. And the clubby from the Cardinals, Scotty, was his buddy. His name's Kevin. Like, I could hear him kind of bickering in the cart in front of us. And I'm assuming it was him saying, "No, don't say that. Don't say that. Like don't say that. Like, no, don't bring that up.
Please don't say that. Just keep it casual."
But, Kevin is there's
always a Kevin, There's always a Kevin in the group.
Kevin's a funny guy. So he jumps out of the cart and said, "Hey man, I just wanted to make sure you knew about the milestone you have coming up." And I'm like, "Milestone? Like, I'm pretty sure I don't have anything coming up here soon, bud." It's like, I'm not really that close to anything. Like, I just hit 15 years. I just hit 200 homers. Like, no, I don't think I have anything coming up. Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Oh yeah, you do. It's a big one." And I'm like, what is this guy talking about? Like, no idea. And then he just looks at me and he goes, "You're one strikeout away from 1,000 in your career." And I just started laughing. I'm like, "Oh geez. Didn't know that, but thanks for letting me know." And he's like, "I'm thinking about, I don't know, whatever." Like, the conversation just went crazy. You can tell that Scotty, the clubby, was
mortified,
a little embarrassed by it and apologetic. But the funny thing is on Friday I struck out, so I hit 1,000. It's a
rare thing.
I had one. What do you call it now? It's not a tweet. It's an X mention now.
I don't know. I still say Twitter. I don't know.
I had one tweet after that game, and it was a graphic that Kevin made himself. And it said, "Congrats on 1,000.
It looked like he made it himself on Microsoft Paint.
Yes. And he might have drawn it with his finger.
Yeah, he didn't even go on a Canva. He didn't do anything.
But he said, congrats on 1,000 career strikeouts. And he put a photo of me on there. It was pretty good. He said, at least you know how to take the card out of marshal mode, which was one positive of this round. He taught me how to jimmy rig the cart and put it in marshal mode. So if we needed to drive in some areas that the cart wasn't supposed to drive to, we were able to.
So we'll take Kevin's trolling for.
Yeah.
Honestly, okay. So I know it is not ideal to think about 1,000 career strikeouts, which I'll ask you a question about that after. But I think it's worth noting that it took you a really long time to reach 1,000 strikeouts. And I won't dive into like random people that just for fun. I'm a big numbers girl. You guys know I love my stats. I love looking at things. I love comparing things. You had 6,467 plate appearances to hit 1,000 strikeouts.
Yeah. So I struck out one in every 6.5.
Yeah.
Not great, to be honest.
No, it's actually like pretty great.
Yeah, I think it's a milestone that I wish I never would have hit. It'd have been a lot cooler if I'd never hit 1,000 in my career. I'd say, hey, look, I played for
That's true.
20 years.
But I will
still
say
struck
that
out
like
less than 1,000 times. Like that'd be cool.
There's guys that have played like half the time of you and they've already hit it. So
there's guys that have hit 1,000 in 4 or 5 years.
You put the ball in play, baby.
Hey,
and
I try.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Do you remember any particular strikeout where you were like, holy crap, I need to rethink my career decision? I look really foolish. Like, did you ever do like a fall to the ground, like spun around, like pitch bounced like 3 feet in front of the plate? One of those, like, where is anyone or any pitcher that just...
Yeah, Felix Hernandez. But my first strikeout I remember was my very first at bat. It was off Clay Buchholz, and he threw me a 2-2 changeup, and I didn't even know he had a changeup. So
he invented one for you.
Well, no, it was just that I had just gotten called up that day, so they didn't do hitters meetings. They didn't really go over anything. They were like, "This guy's got like a fastball, a curveball, and a slider." It's like, cool. And then he threw me a changeup, and I was like, "Oh, you forgot to mention the changeup." But
you like changeups though.
Well, now that was like my debut.
Maybe that moment when you got the surprise changeup just completely shaped how you wanted to approach your at bats from that point forward. You're like, I will never get fooled by a changeup ever again. I mean, you have, but
but the other one, and everyone who asks me who's like the nastiest pitcher I've ever faced, and I always bring up Felix Hernandez, and I faced him in Seattle. And I think my first 2 at bats off him, I think I struck out twice in 6 pitches, and I swung at 2 pitches that like bounced in front of the plate or in the left-handed batter's box or something. And so I went up my 3rd at bat, and I like tapped like a 6 hopper back to him, like just barely put it in play on the first pitch. And I've never been so happy to ground out to the pitcher because I didn't strike out. I was like, thank you. I put it in play.
So he only gave you 2 towards your 1,000.
He accounted for 2. Yeah.
And you never faced him again?
Yeah. There's some guys that have really racked him up. Tyler Glasnow absolutely owns me. I think I've got like 15 punch outs against him.
Okay. So we'll shout out Tyler for that.
He might. Well, I mean, I faced Bumgarner a lot, but I don't know if I've struck out 15 times against Bum.
Okay.
We'll have to look that up. I wonder who I've struck out most against my career.
Rigby is trying to leave the studio now. Yeah.
He came in, he made his cameo, and he's like, all right, give me a treat and let me go.
I know. He wants to go back to bed. Yeah. I don't know. I just think that's cool. I thought it was cool.
Yeah. I mean, I told a couple guys about it, and they were like, wait.
You just hit that?
You haven't struck out 1,000 times? Like, you just hit that? They're like, I hit that a long time
It's
ago.
one of those. I wish I would have noticed it. I would have like had something on the Jumbotron at Wrigley ready for you. I don't know if the crowd would have erupted in cheers. It's been a little rough the last couple of weeks, but I don't know. I still think I commend you for it. I don't. Oh, now it's a puppy party in here. You know, I thought actually doing the podcast with a baby in the house would be the most challenging part. But little did I know.
It is the babies. It's the fur babies.
The min pins would be the ones that were trying to interrupt the episode.
They're set up nice. They got their blanket. They're on the recliner. They're good.
Well, everyone thinks you are the true athlete in the family, but I actually had a very exciting moment for me. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I mean, you had a good run today.
I did have a good run. I ran 5 miles today, but that's not what I'm talking about. Okay. I ran 5 miles very slowly on the 606 in Chicago.
Felt pretty fast.
If you know, you know. So I think I've talked about this before. I walk in our neighborhood every day, I would say. Yeah. And I have my usual route, and I always walk by this park. And at night, I think it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
It's definitely Thursdays.
I always see kickball games going on. And I used to be in a kickball league for a couple of years. It was so fun. And obviously I don't have the schedule now. I think when we did them, it was the off season, and we don't do it anymore, but I don't have the schedule to join a league. And I always say that's like the one thing that is sad about our lifestyle. You can't do things like you can't have a garden, or you can't like have a weekly intramural.
What was that thing I got you? The grow, the garden thing. Remember?
Yeah, but that's the closest where it like waters itself and all that. Like that's the closest thing.
Even that, like the water ran out.
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard. So it's okay. We're fine. But I always said like this when this first started, I think they started playing in May when this happened, maybe April or May. These games, every time I'd walk by, and I would say, one day they're going to need a sub. I'm going to be nearby with my sneakers on.
She literally said this like every time
I just kept saying, I'm going to be stretching nearby, and they're going to say, Kourtney, we need a sub. I mean, they wouldn't know my name. Maybe they would. And I would look around. I would say, me? You need me? And I would be like, okay. I mean, I haven't played in a really long time, but I think I can do it. And then they would just be blown away by my ability. So I kept making this joke. And then what was it, like 3 weeks ago? We were walking by this bar in our neighborhood. And if you're in a kickball league, you know that there's always a bar after the games that sponsor, like, I don't know, they do like drink specials, and everyone goes there after and celebrates their win.
Was it around 4th of July when we did that, when we went?
No, it was later than that. So it was only like 3 weeks ago. Okay. And we walk by, and their kickball teams are at this bar, and they see us and they recognize you. And, you know, we just start chatting with them, and I say, hey, if you ever need a sub, like I've been kind of trying to manifest this. I don't know. Like I've been kind of like lingering around your games a little bit, and if you guys ever need me. And they're like, yeah, like, of course, like we're really good. Like we've won the championship 6 times, or I don't even know. They just said an obscene number. I was like, okay, wow, maybe you don't want me on your team. But yeah, so then, you know, we said goodnight, whatever, walk back home. And a week later, I get a DM from...
Sliding into your DMs, huh?
Slid in the DMs. I read the DMs for the most part. And it was the girl from the bar. She said, Kourt, we met at the bar last week, and we are in a big pickle right now. We don't have enough players for tonight. Is there any chance you could come to the park at 6 o'clock, whatever it was? We'll have a shirt for you. Like, please, please. Like, we are desperate. Like, when we realized we were going to be short players, our group chat blew up. Like, the thought of you coming to the game, like, we were like, oh, she's been waiting for this. Like, we have to ask her. So I don't think I've ever responded to a DM faster. Honestly, it was instant. I said, I'm in, I'll be there. I think they were a little shocked. I said, I won't promise much. I haven't played in 10 years, but if you need a warm body, I will be there. I will get you your numbers. You will not have to forfeit. I think if you are,
this is an exact quote.
If you're short, if you're short a person, you have to take an out every inning you're short. So that sucks. Like, and they were trying to figure out 2 people, whatever. Wasn't going to do that to them. No. A woman of my word. So I went over there. I was nervous. I'm not going to lie. That morning before you left for the field, you were throwing me like fake pop-ups with one of Bo's ball, like the toy balls or something. And I was trying to mimic the catch. And like, it was, I mean, I know how to play kickball, but I was a little nervous. I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous.
I gave you some early work, some early glove work.
Yeah, I had to get in there.
Ground balls, pop-ups.
Yeah. So I get to the field and another game is wrapping up and I don't see the team. And I'm like super social anxiety in that moment. I'm looking around. Hey, are they standing me up? Is there even a game? Is this a joke? So I'm just kind of like pacing around. And then I just hear Kourtney across the field. Like those are my people.
You missed the invite to
that's my team.
To the tailgate.
I know. Gosh. And I get over there and they're like, hey, you want a drink? Like, here's your shirt. Let's go warm up. And it was magic, babe. Like it was this, like the sky was perfect. The weather was perfect. Like it was just everything I thought it would be. Like I was a part of the team. Went out there, started out at second base because the girl that normally plays second was running late. They gave us a 1 inning grace period for everyone to show up before they started docking the outs. But, first pitch of the game comes right to me. I make the out. They were, Kourtney, oh my gosh, like freaking out. I know, guys. I was surprised myself that I had.
It was a ground ball, right?
Yeah. And I just...
Yeah.
Really.
We worked on the throws too.
Yeah, I really sucked that thing up. Got the out. I was at second for a little bit. Then I was catcher for a second because they were like rotating. I was like, okay, catcher's kind of like you don't even need a catcher. Let's be honest. The umpire could have thrown the ball back. And then guess what? They said, Kourt, we need you to close. No, actually, truthfully, I didn't know it was the last inning. And honestly, it's probably better that way because we had a little lead and they said, you want to pitch? And I said, well, how do you pitch? And they said, I don't know, you just throw it over the plate. So I was like, all right, I got you. Never pitched. I've never pitched in kickball. I always played second.
They said we need a Daniel Palencia.
Yeah. And they were like, we need you to DP this shit.
Bringing that.
I said, I got you. So again, I roll it. And I think it's better you roll it a little slow. They're not like, they don't even know how to get their timing down. They're just like, they're checking their watch. It's still rolling.
You're throwing change ups now. Okay.
Yeah. No, I was doing my best clay ball Colts. And first one, babe.
You didn't strike anybody out though.
Just a comebacker. And then I just lobbed that thing over the first baseman, one away.
Wow. PFPs. Check.
And then I'm just like,
do you know what PFP stands for?
Pitcher fielding practice.
Wow, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
Please.
She pays attention.
Whatever. Next one, pop-up caught. Next one, pop-up dropped, recovered. I'm thinking they're going to throw it to me. So I run to, like he's running through, like going to second. And I'm thinking they're throwing it to me and I'm going to tag this guy. He goes to take it all away. He starts charging at me. This guy like runs out of the base path, like tries to dodge it. I almost get like shoulder checked, but 3 outs, baby. Close the game.
Wait, who got the out? The other guy?
Yeah, he didn't throw it to me. I was like, please, have you seen?
But you were standing on the base.
No, I was like following the runner, like ready to like receive the ball to like tag him. There was someone else on second. Like I was like right. I was the pitcher. I was going to like cover second too. You can't do it all.
You just got to find the open base and cover it.
No, there was someone on the base. I was going to.
But you went 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Slam the door. Semifinals.
Yep.
What's the team? What was the team name?
I believe they are the Silver Bullets.
Silver Bullets. That's right.
In honor of Kourt.
Silver Bullets went on to the championship after that.
So this past Thursday, they wrote me and they were like, Kourt, we won the ship. Like, we did the whole thing. We couldn't have done it without you. Like, we're all thinking about you. Come meet for a drink.
The girl actually wrote you after the game and said, warm body my ass.
She did. She wrote, warm body my ass. You crushed it. Here's the thing. Like with everything I do, I like to set the expectation very low. I'd rather impress people where they came in with a lower expectation than be like, oh, I'm so good. Like, I got this. And then I freaking boot like a ball, or like I can't, I like whiff on a kick. I pop up to the catcher. Yeah. I always say,
this is what she does to everyone else. It's not in our house.
Hey, I'm good at everything. I'm not great at anything.
She thinks she's the Ali of everything ever invented.
Jack of all trades, master of none. That's it. But I had a blast.
Fair assessment. I'm going to remember that.
They said, we'd love to have you back. Like, I don't know. I was on cloud 9.
It sucks that the league's over.
I know. It came and went, but truly summer can leave now. I mean, I don't want summer to leave yet.
Is there a fall season?
I don't know. They might have like indoor volleyball or something. That was my summer bucket list. I didn't have a big one. That was it. It was just play a kickball game with this random team in the park. So I did it all.
You didn't even go to the bar after.
I didn't.
You went home to Bo.
I did.
Well, Bo was at the game though.
Bo came to the game.
Yeah.
I mean, Karina was there. My mom was at the game. She cracked a cold one. We had a team dog. I think his name was Murphy. He just was there. I don't even know. Everything was great. It was so perfect. That's it. That's all I have. That's it. I actually could have made it to the championship if my travel back from Toronto wasn't such a shitstorm, which this is my third travel incident. I'm not even going to get into it and rock someone else's day.
If Kourtney wants to fly with anyone, just say no.
Don't fly with me.
It'll be the worst experience of your
life. I am
life.
allergic to an on-time departure and an arrival. I can't do it. I will give you before I let everyone go, I will give a summary of why.
There's no summary. This is.
Okay, first of all, I get to I won't even discuss the lady that had to change her receipt paper and then just like gave up on checking me in. But I will say that I had to miss a flight coming back from Toronto because the airline went on strike, or they were planning to go on strike. So they were like thinning the herd leading up to the strike, which I respect that. Whatever they need to get done, get done. Just my timing was very unfortunate trying to fly back. So I booked my flight back, and online it didn't give the option to add a lap infant so Bo could fly with me. And I tried to book a second seat. It's sold out. No other option. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll just get to the airport. I'll have our passports. I'll add Bo right there on the spot. It'll be perfect. I get there. They can't add him. They said he has to be added through reservations. I call. There's no call center because everyone
is on strike.
I get like a roundabout hotline number. They say the wait time is 3 hours, which they said I was welcome to wait on hold. I talked to everybody in that airport. No one could add him onto my reservation. I said, can you cancel my flight and then rebook it at nothing? So nothing could be done. So we had to sit in the airport for another, I don't even know, 3 hours after that.
And then go to a new airport and then try to book that one.
Yep. There was a second airport involved. Yep.
You were supposed to take off around first pitch of our game, and I ended up
getting home. You beat me home.
Yeah, it was wild.
Honestly, it's fine. It's not fine, but it's fine. We're good.
Don't travel with Kourt.
Don't travel with me. Don't even bother. It's not worth it.
One of these days.
It's fine. Honestly, when I got home, I thought it sucked, but it was fine. It wasn't that bad. But it was the stuff I put this kid through traveling already, the moves, the drives, he's going to be so resilient. Nothing is going to break his spirit ever. They're going to be like, sir, your flight's delayed. He's like, I love this. I remember doing this with my mom 500 times growing up.
Have you seen the new NFL Plus commercial? They're like going in the airport and they're waiting to board the plane, and the lady like announces that the flight's delayed, and the guy like cheers. He's like, yes.
Because he gets.
And the lady's like, "Why are you cheering?" And he's like, "Because I'm watching the game."
Yeah.
And then the whole crowd's like around him on his computer watching the game. And then the lady's like, "We're delayed another hour." And everyone's like, "Yeah."
I've actually been there because there's a few airlines that don't have Wi-Fi, or like the smaller planes don't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And you've been
You're
playing. Like
blackout.
Porter, the airline I flew up to Toronto. I love them. Best airline.
No Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi on. They have 2 different versions of planes. One of them, no Wi-Fi at all. So I've been on it where your game just started and then we get delayed 30 minutes and I'm like not that mad. I'm like, okay, I get to watch the game. So I'm that commercial. But I don't know. Onward and upward. Hopefully my next travel journey is smooth. Knock on wood. I won't knock on wood. The dogs will bark, but knock on wood.
I did it.
That was bold. That was bold.
They're right here. They're not gonna freak out.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And we're on YouTube so you can watch all of the episodes. And as always, we love to read all the comments and reviews. So make sure you keep leaving those as well. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to y'all next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bum 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 bum.